Hello and thanks for dropping by the channel of Realize to Actualize. I wanted to make a brief video to basically reintroduce myself to you after having been on YouTube for a very, very long time. I started this channel in June of 2006 and since then have accumulated a very large number of videos, more than 1,000 videos, almost 1,300 videos. It's 1300. And I began this channel to basically share my ideas along the lines of personal growth and personal development, which I began studying in the mid-90s after I moved from Germany. I became really inspired about the subject when I first heard about that. Especially because at that time I was going through some very intense challenges in my life, very intense changes. I just left my home country of Germany where I met somebody, and 2 months after I met her I moved to America, and 2 months later I got married to her. And that opened me up to a lot of challenges, because I didn't know how to deal with that situation. It turned out this person was a very loving person, a very alive person, kind of like myself, but also very difficult for me to deal with. And so we were arguing a lot, and we were fighting a lot, and I basically tried to change her because she was not the way I wanted to. And eventually, after studying about personal growth, and in the beginning I used the voice recorder to just basically repeat the ideas I heard from, for example, Wayne Dyer or Anthony Robbins, Stephen Covey, many countless other authors I studied during the time. But I basically just repeated their ideas, and I used the voice recorder back then. But eventually, after years and years of doing that, I heard my own patterns, where eventually I realized that I kept on complaining about the same thing over and over and over, which is basically the person I was married to, about how impossible she was and how I couldn't deal with that situation. I was just expressing my anger. And so eventually it dawned on me that this would go nowhere, that I kept on focusing on the problem outside of me, but eventually I realized that I myself have the ability, the power to change. And so that's the main message I'm sharing here, I'm talking about here, which I'm not the first one to say that, of course. But what I've come to find is that what is missing in this world is a practical application of this awareness. It's moving from the realization, the knowing something, the having this awareness for yourself, becoming aware for yourself, gaining this knowledge for yourself. That's the first step. But then really what's the missing link, and that's really the essential second step. That is the putting this awareness into practice. And I call that the actualization. So I came up with a philosophy / practice I call Realize to Actualize. And you can take a look at my website, realizetoactualize.com, which I'm in the process of building and developing to the point where I can really be of benefit to others, which is ultimately my purpose. I call myself a practicing philosopher to illustrate that point. It is not just about the philosophy, which is very important, and we all have one of those, a philosophy, but then it's again about putting this awareness into practice. It's about practicing. And every moment of your life gives you an opportunity for that. So I myself am not just somebody who's talking about these things, but I'm also learning this for myself. So I also call myself a teacher of learning, to illustrate the idea that in life everything is about learning, 24 hours a day. And every person you meet along your way provides you with the opportunity to learn something from them, provided you open yourself up to what it is they're sharing. Instead of comparing them to yourself and comparing them to how you want them to be and what you want from them, instead of only looking at them from your perspective, to open yourself up to a new reality can provide you with the insight, which ultimately can set you free and ultimately can help you to see yourself more clearly, which is also another point here, that we all are mirrors. If we really look at others, we can see ourselves more clearly. And so I hope I can become one of those mirrors to you. And if you're interested to learn more, I'll be happy to talk to you further. My number is 415-724-8415, or just send me an email at realize2actualize@gmail.com. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this helped. And I would also like to get some feedback, which you can leave on my website, realize2actualize.com. There is a tab called Guest Book. Maybe you can leave me a comment there, or any way, shape or form. I would love to hear from you. I hope you're doing well. Happy holidays. Things are changing all the time, and so if you go back to my earliest videos, you see some of those changes I myself went through, and I learned a lot through those. And I believe you yourself have gone through a lot of changes and have learned a lot during this process. And I would like to talk further about that. We can have an online meeting. And I'm also in the process of putting meetings together here in San Francisco, where I'm living now. I moved again to a beautiful area in Monterey Heights. Actually, I'm going to probably next Monday, which will be the 13th of December, have a first small group meeting, an introductory group meeting. Anyway, if you'd like to learn more about that, feel free to drop me a line or give me a call. And until then, thanks for watching, and as always, keep it real. Thank you.